Hello, very good morning, my obedient students. This is your English teacher Rohit sir, once again coming with the English Friday video lecture class over here. So, today I am discussing with you from your English reading textbook Flamingo, chapter number 3, that is prose. Deep Water, written by William Douglas. The chapter to be discussed, the introduction of the story Deepwater, its characters, its place where the story is focused mostly, and the summary of the story. As the nationwide free COVID 19 vaccination campaign at government facilities for those above 18 years is going on, I advise young listeners to get vaccinated and also to help others to get vaccinated. I also advise our listeners not to lower their guard as COVID 19 remains a threat to our health. Please stay at home unless it is essential to go out and continue to follow these three simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 गज की दूरी for social distancing, focus on face and hand hygiene. For any COVID related information and guidance, contact National Helpline number 011-23978046 or 1075. And now the class. First of all, it is known that the author of the story Deepwater is William Douglas, told by me. So, here the story begins like this, where in the story, Douglas talks about his fear of water and how he finally overcomes it with strong willpower, courage, hard work, and firm determination. So, here in the beginning, we come to know that Douglas, the central character of the prose, talks about himself, like his fear of water and his final result about his strong willpower or courage by which he ultimately won against the fear of water. Once he took courage, the fear vanished. That shows most of our fears are baseless. Fear creates dangers where there is none. The writer's experiences further confirm the proverbial truth, where there is a will, there is a way. So, from here, like introduction, we come to know that there is no reason of getting fear by the narrator, but still there is a fear of water inside the person. And who is the person? The author Douglas himself. He talks about his fear. Actually, there is nothing, but still inside his hurt, he gets his fear, and for that, he is not giving 100% victory over his fear. But ultimately, when he experienced that there is no reason of getting fear, he overcame and won over the fear. So, for that, the proverb is truly mentioned where there is a will, there is a way. If you have wish, overcome from there, you could do anyhow. So, your desire, your target should be strong, else, you will be able to win over the race anyhow. Clear? Now, after that, characters and places we would come to know. Characters like Douglas, narrator of the story, and places mentioned like YMCA Pool and Yakima. So the places like YMCA Pool is a swimming pool run by Young Man's Christian Association. So it is the pool for what the author was getting panic. The author was getting panic or fearful. Whenever he came here for swimming, he was totally being panic. Else he would be drawn into the water. So YMCA pool is the place which is focused for being happened the story. And the second place like Yakima is a US city located about 60 miles southeast of Mount Rainier in Washington. So Yakima is a city of US United States America, and this is far away from the place 60 miles, and it is in Washington. So we come to know about the character, only single character we are having. He is the center character as well as the narrator of the story. And the places have been occurred the story like YMCA pool, this is a swimming pool, and Yakima, this is a famous city of US 60 miles away from Washington. Clear? After that, summary. The story Deep Waters tells us how the writer overcame his fear of water and learned swimming with sheer determination and willpower. As I told you in the introduction, that the story is centralized with the overcome of the narrator's fear of water and his strong will or determination helped him overcome against the water. He had developed a terror of water since childhood. When he was 3 or 4 years old, the writer had gone to California with his father. So the fear is not recently, it is since his childhood. When he was 3 or 4 years old, he went to California with his father. And what happened after that? One day on the beach, the waves knocked the child down and swept over him. The child was terrified, but the father, who knew there was no harm, laughed. So they went for visit beach, and on the beach, what happened on the beach? On the beach, he was swept over, and due to sweeping over, the child was fully terrified, and his father knew it. He saved his child and told him that it was just an incident. No need to get panic too much. And after that, his father was laughing over him. The experience bred a permanent fear of water in the child's subconscious mind. So from there, it was stored up into his mind, and the fear of water was being stored up, and day by day it was growing up. Still, another incident, more serious, increased his terror. The writer was trying to learn swimming in the YMCA swimming pool in Yakima. One day, while he was waiting for other boys, a big boy suddenly played a dangerous prank and pushed him into the water. So, what happened? The first reason of getting fear was the beach where he was swept over, and his father helped him out of there. So, from there, the initial fear of water has been storing up into his mind, and after that he faced another incident with the water. What is the incident? He went to YMCA swimming pool for swimming, which was in Yakima, Washington. So he went there for swimming and was waiting for his some friends. His friends would come, and after that they would swim together in the water. But what happened? One of the boys, which one elder than him, suddenly pushed him up. How? He played a dangerous prank. He played a dangerous prank or fun with Douglas, and the fun was pushing him into the water. So, what happened after that? The water was terribly frightened. Sorry, the writer was terribly frightened. After that, when he was getting him into the water, feeling terribly frightened, and he was thinking that he would not be alive that day. He would be died. He went down 9 feet into the water. Actually, he went down 9 feet into the water from where he was pushed up. From there to the downward, it was 9 feet. It's not so simple height of the water. It's very dangerous one. and in the water he got himself frightened. When he reached the bottom, he jumped upward with all his strength. He came up but very slowly. So, when he was pushed into the water, suddenly he saved himself. How? He jumped up with his full force and slowly he came out of there. He tried to catch hold of something like a rope but grasped only at water. So he was trying to get connected with the nearby thing or place where he could save himself, was not caught easily because it was too slippery. Though he got a rope, but still it was not in his hands due to the slippery of water. He tried to shout, but no sound came out. He went down again. His lungs ached, head throbbed, and he grew dizzy. So, after getting himself into the water, he was shouting, "Help, help, help me, save me, save me, save me. Someone help me, someone help me, someone save me, someone save me." But no one comes to help him out. So what happened? His lungs was getting pained. His head also was getting throbbed, and he got himself dizzy. He was not in the condition as proper. It was very worse condition. He felt paralyzed with fear. All his all his limbs were paralyzed. Only the movement of his heart told him that he was alive. So his limbs, his parts of body was not working. The parts of his body were out of order. He thought he became paralyzed with fear, but one thing informed him that he is alive and he is still fighting against the water. And the thing that informs him is his heart. His heart told him that he was alive. Again, he tried to jump up, but this time his limbs would not move at all. So he was trying, as I told you, come out of the water, but he was not able to catch anything come out of the water. And second time when he was jumping up, come out of the water, his limbs are not working. He looked for ropes, ladders, and water wings, but all in vain. He is trying to get ropes, ladders, water wings, everything, but nothing helped him. Then he went down again. Now he was going down more and more. The third time. This time all efforts and fear ceased. Now this time, for the third time, nothing is working. Everything is ceased, collapsed. He was moving towards peaceful death. The writer was in peace. He was thinking that he is moving towards peaceful death, and it is very peaceful to get his life ended. Then, when he came to consciousness, he found himself lying on the side of the pool with the other boys nearby. So, what happened? Due to great fear, he was unconscious. He became unconscious. And when he opened his eyes up, it means when he became conscious, what he saw? He found himself lying on the side of the pool with the other boys nearby. It means that his friends, the boys for whom he was waiting, came there and pulled him out of the water. The terror that he had experienced in the pool never left him. The last one, the second time terror, was very dangerous for him and was not forgot ever in his life. It haunted him for years and years to come. So the incident got remembered again and again, but he was not able to forget anything. It spoiled many of his expeditions of canoeing, swimming, and fishing. Due to getting panic of the incident, he ceased everything. He cancelled his expeditions. Expeditions like canoeing, waterboating, swimming, fishing, these water games or entertainments were cancelled by him after the incident. He was truly panicked due to drowning of the water. It spoiled his pleasures in main lakes, New Hampshire, Deschutes, Columbia, Bumping Lake, etc. He visited many places, many great lakes or oceans, but was detached of them due to his fear of water. But the writer was determined to conquer his terror. He took help of a swimming instructor to learn swimming. Having panic of the terror of water, still he was determined for conquering his terror. He decided that no, the terror would not be living with him for lifetime. It would be over anyhow. So he resolved that he would go for swimming with the help of swimming instructor who would learn him swimming in the water, and he did like that. The instructor taught him various actions necessary in swimming part by part. So the instructor of the swimming pool taught him different types of actions or various actions which were necessary for swimming serially, part by part, or serially, part by part, or serially taught to him. He put his face under water and exhaled and inhaled, raising it above water. So once he is exhaling and inhaling while going into the water or coming out of the water. He practiced it for several weeks. He had to kick with his legs. He had to kick with his legs a few weeks on the side of the pool. So being practiced he was being practiced for several weeks, and gradually he was improving. At last he combined all these actions and made the writer swim. So at the end, he combinedly acted and made his fear unuseful. He overcame against the fear. He learned swimming, but the terror continued. He was well practiced, or he was well swimmer, but the terror was not gone from his inside. It was still over there. So deep goes our childhood experiences. So it was deeply connected inside him and experienced day by day. So fearful is the fear of fear. So there is no reason of getting fearful, because if you are being fearful, you will be having more fearful ahead. Whenever he was in water, the terror returned. Still, he was practicing his swimming and faced by his terror. Henceforward, the writer tried to terrorize terror itself, and still the writer was practicing in the water. He tried to face the new challenge, and he was thinking that no, if I got fear into the water, it would be remained same, but I would not stop my challenge over here. I would overcome over the fear. I would overcome of the fear, and the challenge is very, very important for him. And he challenged also. When terror came, he confronted it by asking it sarcastically as to what it can really do to him. So, when the terror of water came in front of him, he was laughing and doing the opposite thing again and again, and challenged him that there is nothing if he would go beyond the boundary. He plunged into the water as if to defy the fear. Once he took courage, the terror vanquished. He faced the challenge deliberately in various places like the warm lake. He conquered it at last. And what he did, he challenged or faced the problems day by day. He was doing more dangerous thing. He was doing more dangerous things day by day against the fear of water. And one of the days, finally, he overcame of the fear and conquered over that fear at last. So, from the story Deep Water, we could get one message only, that if someone challenges or challenged by hurt, there is no impossible matter overcome of that challenge. So it is very easy to overcome of the problem if the person is very eager to debate against the challenge. Okay, so here from the message, the proverb would come, where there is a will, there is a way. Okay, so students, here I end the class and hope you get the story well, what I have discussed in the class. I advise you, keep learning and keep practicing what we have done till now. Thank you. Have a great day.